And welcome back. We have a special guest, a regular guest on Midday, and we've got Thomas Fellows, who's an author, and he's just written a new book called Input, Output. Thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about the book today.
Yes, Dan, thanks so much for having me. I would say I've learned, through the past several years, especially with writing books and software sales, that there's several things that you can do to be successful. Things people don't even think about. It doesn't necessarily require getting another degree or so forth, but there's everyday things that really don't even cost any money. Everybody's trying to sell you something nowadays to improve your life, but there's certain things that I'll tell you in the next few minutes you can do to be successful.
Getting stressed out, of course, everybody does, but you don't necessarily think that's a bad thing.
No, so eustress is positive stress. It makes you think quicker, it raises your heartbeat a little bit, gets you a little bit excited. That's positive stress. De-stress is very negative. It could be, traffic, it could be waiting in line and so forth, and that's very negative. But the most successful people look at things that distress people and they look at them as eustress. So that's one way you can, to turn that de-stress into eustress, you can be very successful as a result.
And how can you keep the momentum of that good stress going?
Well, you've got to enjoy getting things done. Somebody who's done this throughout his life is Bill McDermott. He was the CEO of SAP for 10 or 15 years. Now he's the CEO of ServiceNow. He made $165 million 2 years ago. He was the third highest paid CEO in the country. He comes from a lower middle class. And he's very good at checking email. He's a very accessible person. Just the amount of emails that he checks, he takes pride in getting back to people. And again, checking email distresses a lot of people because nowadays people get hundreds, if not thousands of emails a day. But he enjoys that. And that's, why he made so much money 2 years ago.
And Frederick Douglass is a part of this book. What's the most impressive thing about him?
Well, when people look at, how quote unquote smart a person is, people look at raw IQ a lot of the time. And Frederick Douglass had a very high raw IQ, but he also had a lot of practical intelligence. And practical intelligence, as Robert Sternberg defines it, is knowing what to say to whom, when to say, and how to say it with maximum effect. So Frederick Douglass knew that the key to getting out of his position was education. So he would trade food to white kids, and he would get the white kids to teach him how to read and write and so forth. And that's why he became such a prolific writer.
Now, Input, Output is your 9th book. Where can the viewers get this?
You can buy this book on Amazon and select Barnes & Nobles throughout the country.
Okay, and what would you suggest that people take from this book once they read it? What's your main message?
I would say one thing that you can do is learn from anybody and everybody. A lot of people, David Brooks once said, humility is the awareness that there's a lot you don't know, and what you do know is either wrong or distorted. So keep yourself open. No one is as smart as all of us. None of us is as smart as all of us, according to Bruce Barton. So just keep yourself open to learning.
Sounds like great advice. Thomas Fellows, author, new book, Input, Output. Thank you very much for joining us on Midday today.
Appreciate it.